Thrills and spills on cross-country day at this World Champs as a German hometown hero leads the way. And drama and emotion in the men's vaulting as the first medal is awarded. Well, hello there and a very warm welcome to you to this edition of the Clip My Horse TV in our studio, of course, bringing you all of the action from the 2026 FEI World Championships. I'm Amy Parks. What a pleasure it is to be here with you. Plenty coming your way. What a day of sport it has been. We can't say that enough. And there is plenty coming up on our show. Of course, we're going to bring you all of the predictions ahead of this evening's dressage freestyle, the final medal being awarded there to our dressage superstars. Also coming up on the In-Out show, we're looking at the eventing cross-country day analysis. We can't wait to get stuck into all of that with you. Plenty to look at there. And of course, In-Out show, Ingrid Klimke. She'll be up in the show a little later on. And the FEI World Championships of Vaulting. We've got some results, we've got some medals awarded today, and we'll dig into that as well. Plenty to come. It's all happening here. This is your World Championships.
Behind every victory and before every cheer, there is a story away from the spotlight, where partnerships are forged in silence and teamwork drives one shared journey. And now, a new chapter begins.
Presented by Hoovela.
Well, with so much sport to look at today, it's a we thought he's.
So I mean, I can't wait to dig into it all. But you know, we've a new dressage leader, still a hometown hero. We have that all-star Great British team almost in touching distance of the gold medals now. We're looking forward to dressage, and we've had vaulting when here, and it's going to be a whirlwind 3 hours as we wait for those last medals for the dressage phase.
Certainly will. Well, that is, of course, coming up in the live stream. The sport kicking off this evening. Plenty to see, of course, on FEI with a Dutch accent apparently to watch. It's one of these tearjerker moments. It's on the beautiful night of this Saturday night. It takes centre stage at Aachen. How does this freestyle work? Well, Rosie Russell's going to explain it.
This is what every dressage rider has been working towards. The Grand Prix Freestyle, the individual World Championship final. Only the best 18 combinations qualify for the Unlike the previous test, this is where the combinations look as if they're dancing to the music and putting their best hoof forward on the dance floor. It's your chance to see if you can guess the song and groove to the tracks as well. While the music and the choreography may be different, the challenge remains the same. The judges are looking for technical excellence, artistic quality and harmony between horse and rider. The highest score wins and there are no further rounds. Just one performance to decide the medals. The atmosphere is electric, the pressure is immense, and every mark can change the leaderboard. So watch for the combinations that hit every beat and moonwalk better than Michael Jackson, because when the final score appears, only one rider will become the
Yes, so many lovely performances to come our way this evening in that freestyle. Really looking forward to that. Also looking forward to it, of course, the crowds at Aachen, but also the riders. Of course, they've been vying to get their positions in this freestyle for this Saturday evening, of course. And we've been catching up with them throughout the course of the week.
The thought of riding in there, you know, to 40,000 people in those stands tomorrow night is like, it's incredible. You know, I'm already a real mixture of like super excited and super nervous.
I am absolutely dying because I didn't prepare a freestyle, which everyone is now like, yesterday they were like, you don't have a freestyle? I was like, no, because I didn't think I'd make this special. So yesterday we went to another stable and borrowed a horse to ride some lines, and my freestyle guy fixed something of a freestyle last night. Very excited, very nervous.
I'm not known for my freestyles, but I've changed my style completely. I've gone for the crowd pleaser, not me pleaser. So David Bowie, big compilation, big tunes that I think a lot of people will know.
It's actually a freestyle that was made for Marshall Bell. He went did it the first time at the World Championships 4 years ago, and I debuted that freestyle with him, and then he was sold, so I never got to ride it again on him. So then Flash got it, and it actually almost fits him better. So it's actually quite amazing to be able to put a little bit of Marshall into this.
Oh, I love my freestyle, so it's going to be amazing to ride here. So yeah, that's super excited.
We are looking forward to some of those performances, and there's Carl actually saying, we talked about this yesterday, Dee, that Carl saying he's doing a crowd pleaser, not a Carl pleaser, so that will be super exciting to see. I feel a little too well is our reporter Hannah Robson. She is down, we're covering this last day of dressage for us. Hannah, tell us what the atmosphere is feeling like right about now.
Yeah, it's super exciting down here, Amy. It really is. The weather's been a bit changeable today. Now we've got a beautiful evening, and that huge arena is being packed to the rafters with people eager to see the highlights for them of the dressage week. And of course, what a crowd pleaser it's going to be with their music on offer as well. A couple of riders who qualified from the special are not coming forward today. So Katarina Hemmer and Patrick Kittel have opted not to come forward for the freestyle. So it means that Henri Rost for Finland comes in, and Frederick Wandres picks up his spot as well. So they'll be interesting ones to look out for, and they're in the first clutch of riders. We've got 3 groups coming forward. Also in the first group, I'm really looking forward to seeing Dinja van Leera's horse, just 9 years old. It'll be so good to see how they fare in their freestyle. Also in this first group, we have Simone Pierce, and we saw earlier, she wasn't prepared. She wasn't expecting even to get through to the special, let alone the freestyle. So it'll be so exciting to see how she gets on as well. The second group then, we've got some big names in there. We heard earlier about Daniel Bachmann Andersen. This is a horse, a different horse, but a similar freestyle. So bringing a bit of Marshall Bell, his old ride, into today's test as well. Becky Moody, always a crowd pleaser. Really looking forward to her. She was super thrilled with her performances earlier in the week, and I'm sure her freestyle will again be one to watch. The big names, of course, coming later on, and it'll be so interesting to see who the medalists will be. Of course, all 3 of the medalists from the last World Championships are here, but a bit of a different flavour, different horses for a couple of them. And Lottie Fry, of course, you can't really look past her in today's excitement levels anyway, because Glamourdale always puts on an incredible show. They had that partnership really going for them in yesterday's competition. And I just cannot wait to see how they get on. Also really excited to see Carl Hester's test. Of course, says he's going for the crowd pleaser today with the Bowie music, so that will be a fun one, I'm sure. But of course, high technicality in all of these tests as well, as you would expect for this very highest level. And these championship horses are absolutely primed to give us a fantastic evening of sport.
Yeah, they certainly are, and that is exactly right. Big thanks to Hannah there, who'll be covering it throughout the course of the and getting next to that. It's going to be pretty, you've been really getting into it too. You've been getting up and close and personal with it, Dee. You're a big dressage fan.
I love preview, I love entertainment. There are so many ways into the story. I mean, we're seeing it a little bit on those rider interviews of everything that's been collected during the week. And when you know that Simone Pierce, who's on just after 7:30, hasn't prepared a free, such a talented rider, we know that they will have freestyle routines, but to have to put it together on a Saturday evening, I think, or 7:33, and then straight after we've got Bluetooth and such a big performer. I think that's the exciting bit for me until you get to the World Cup, the World Cup champion in Becky Moody, who comes in just before 9 o'clock. I think, and I have her here on the list. If you look at that freestyle PB of 88.330, if it's a big day for Jägerbomb, and it could be, because don't forget this, in the World Cups, this will be a very tested and tried freestyle. So then, Hannah just talked about it. All of the big guns roll into town. So if you want to watch some dressage, do not miss between probably 9:30 and 10 p.m. tonight. I think everything is going to happen at that stage. Justin Verboom and Sonic Plus. Straight after them, but maybe on Justin for a minute on Sonic Plus. Maybe you would say a couple of mistakes in both the team test and in our Grand Prix special yesterday. Without those, I'd say Justin may be one of the. You get Lottie Fry, of course. Then she will know the score to beat. The music will be on, and Wendy will have to go and try and beat it. Between 9 p.m, there is absolutely top-class sport to be enjoyed tonight in the dressage freestyle.
Yeah, and no matter what your persuasion, I think you will enjoy it. I've had the privilege of seeing Wendy's freestyle a couple of times in person. It is unbelievable to watch. And also in the in-out studio, that we're about the stories beyond the sport, and we follow a became familiar with a few fantastic faces in the sport as well. And one guy we did get to know really, really well is a young man from the United States. He's called Christian Simonson. He's not riding tonight, of course, but he is our rider in focus.
It means everything. I'm so proud to represent my country and to ride with athletes I've also looked up to all my life on this team. This week's been absolutely surreal. Yesterday in the Grand Prix, my horse Floated Beyond was unbelievable. He was like so with me each step of the way. I felt like, in like kind of the adult group in the second half of the show, to be with those riders, it was just all felt so surreal. And say for the Grand Prix special, I was like really happy with some marks of this. Of course, we had a bit of a mistake, but all in all, just like an unbelievable week. And can't believe it's over already because it was just so much fun. It's been such a fast journey. I think it's been exactly 10 years since I did my very first junior test, like competing at NAYC in Colorado in 2016. It's been just this amazing, really, really special journey with incredible horses, but just kind of chipping away each step at the juniors and then young riders and then U25, and then now to be here with the adults. I can't believe it's like, I can't believe the journey is actually, has happened and brought me to here today with you. Yeah, we have an amazing pathway at US Dressage, and I think I'm fortunate enough to be one of those cohorts, and I think that's been a lot of my experience here today, or the test that we had yesterday was as a result of getting those opportunities to come here and to watch and to compete a little bit as well. I think, I'm a big fan of the sport, so I think just watching a lot of the other rides, I get to see, Freestyle and Isabel and Justin and all these people I've watched so much. I also got to saw Boyd today in eventing, which was really fun. I'm excited to see some cross country. I walked the cross country course, which I've never done before. And so I think watching some other disciplines, I watched some of the US vaulters as well. So I've been trying to, spectate other disciplines as well. It's been quite fun.
Oh, good on you, Christian. Just a delightful human, and we cannot wait to see him rise through the ranks of the sport of dressage. As we said, plenty coming your way on FEI TV and, of course, on Clip My Horse TV. So get your premium membership if you don't yet have one. If you're watching us on the free channel, it's not too late. Jump on that right now while you're with us. Get all of that. Plenty to only turn our attention across to what more about how it all works. Rosie Russell explains.
This is cross country, the phase that will have you on the edge of your seats. This is where you will see that these event horses have the heart of a lion. This is where you will see that these event horses have the heart of a lion and athleticism like you've never seen before. After dressage, tackle one of the toughest challenges in equestrian sport. They gallop across 3.5 miles of varied terrain at 570 meters per minute. The course is filled with solid fences, water complexes, ditches, drops and combinations designed to test courage and fitness. Unlike show jumping, these fences do not fall down. The challenge is to jump them cleanly while staying as close as possible to the optimum time. But cross country is about more than speed. Go too slowly and 0.4 of penalty will be added for every second over the optimum time. Push too hard and mistakes can happen. Jumping penalties can be picked up in many ways, including refusals, breaking safety devices, and missed flags. The best riders find the perfect balance between pace and accuracy. This is a phase where riders can climb the leaderboard, protect their lead, or see their medal hopes disappear in a matter of minutes. One refusal or one costly time penalty can make all the difference. As with every phase of eventing, the score that each combination finishes on will count towards both the team and individual medals. At the FEI Eventing World Championship, cross-country is where bravery, trust and partnership are put to the ultimate test.
Wonderful stuff. Now, as you may or may not know, these World Championships help our equestrian athletes qualify for an Olympic Games. Now, automatically qualified are our US athletes. That is because obviously they are the host nation in 2 years' time. We're going to turn up.
Been there now for so long, obviously, because he's on the other side of his career, and you think in a way, Olivia Dutton. So, to still be there, of the talent, the size, you know, the ability of Philip Dutton. Big round today, kept the jumping clear, added a little bit of time. He's a valuable counting score, and they're just outside the medals.
Just outside the medals.
For eventing, and this is my 8th World Championships. He's an up-and-coming horse. He's a great jumper, real forward-thinking horse. He's not the most nimble and catty kind of cross-country horse. He's got a big stride, but it's not a big fast stride. And so my job out there was just to sort of make it as easy as possible for him and try to be efficient, which, you know, I got some time, but, you know, I was happy enough the way it ended up. The standard and the difficulty of the cross-country is still there, but we're trying to make it safe and not have any, bad falls or bad injuries with the new technology we have with the frangible pins, etc. We've had to adjust our training and teaching the horses, and a little bit the type of horse that's required nowadays is a very rideable, easy to maneuver horse, a little bit like a sports car. We need to get them recovered tonight and feel good so that they can jump carefully tomorrow, and then hopefully we can ride well as well. I got a lot of satisfaction to kick on a bit, and she can keep the Dutton name going.
Wonderful to hear him speak, and always wonderful to hear that. We're going to talk a lot more about the challenges that arose on that cross-country course today. There were plenty of them, lots to be spoken about and analysed, and who better to analyse that going into the cross-country than eventing champion. That is the title, the Queen of Eventing, Ingrid Klimke. Take a look.
I'm Ingrid Klimke. I'm the ambassador of Höveler, and I'm very proud to be here because 20 years ago, in 2006, we won the gold medal with the team. Good championship course gives a challenge for the champions and has a route for everybody. We are here at fence 8, one of the early challenges, and we have only 2.5 minutes. Coming here around the corner, you really have to set up your horse in the proper preparation point. Then, you know, this is quite a high vertical, so you have to lengthen the rein a little bit, because when the horses land, they only in one stride up, and really it goes quite deep down and quite up, and the verticals are high and they are light in the air, so the horses really see the ditch already early enough. There are many other elements, so you have to keep them absolutely straight, in balance, and with the forward impulsion out. So knowing that the time is tight, already here you see, you have to take your speed down to make this proper working, and the time will make it in the end.
And as we continue to build up to talking about how it all lies after the cross-country phase, we should probably hear from the people who rode across that country today. And our reporters have been doing just that.
It was great, the horse feeling good. He was super cool at the jumps, he looked for the jumps, and I have just to tell him where we go. So it was a really pleasure to ride him. We had one little mistake at the meme, but the rest, no, we were really happy with him and with me.
To be honest, we were a bit worried at the coffin because, you know, to have the vertical for the entry, and then sometimes the horse can look at the hole, and sometimes they stop jumping. But at the end, he was so focused and he managed to get in and get out like he should. And then after that, I think it's the technique that is in the good level, and since he knows the job, so it was the plan.
It was a very good feeling with Ronder. Yeah, we know as number one on the team, we have to do clear and to give a bit of confidence for the rest of the team. And that's what we did, so I'm very happy.
It was definitely more intense than I expected out there. For a long, especially, the jumps were like coming up really quickly. But yeah, I'm like so happy with how my horse went out there. He was just incredible. I couldn't ask for a better horse for my World Championships debut.
It was great, you know, I had a great ride. It felt a bit sometimes to be in a tumble dryer for my horse because he's a big galloping horse. He likes more the badminton, the barley kind of courses, but I can't fault him. You know, I was pointing him, he was jumping, he was galloping well. I was a bit slower than I would like, but we have a clear on the board and let's hope we can count on that.
Well then, now we've heard from some of the riders. Dee, it's time to... I expected you would have evaporated.
I've gone off into like little silent corners to do that Love Actually scene.
It's weird. It's gone completely in the other direction. Unequalised tonight. Let's do that by taking a look at the leaderboard in the individual standings then, Dee.
Tonight's leader, Yulia Krajewski, is as our starting point. I mentioned the fact that they have a propensity to pick up a little bit of time. They're now sitting in 20th position, so just off this leaderboard. They will be as expensive as they prove to be. Michael Young and Fisher Chipmunk lead. That's the big story. Anyone who saw the last minute or two of Fisher Chipmunk's round today, it was a real sight to behold. An 18-year-old horse going home on home soil and knowing best horse in the world, let's call it, as a tag, is Lordship Scrafalo. This is the horse that's winning all the 5-stars. They're sitting in second. We know that they're an unbelievable galloper across country. We didn't expect Ros Cantor to have any problems in terms of making the time, but when then you have when Michael didn't have any room, I think that was it was special to watch the end. But Michael leads. Ros in second. Laura had 2 seconds cross country and they've proved very costly. They've actually dropped her from first into third, and given how good the other two will jump, that might be where they finish up. It's a really interesting finish now in terms of those individual placings, all the way down to Andrew Hoy in 10th place.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, what happened there with those individuals also, well, we say it played a part in the team standings, but let's take a look at them now.
Yeah, I suppose from a team standing point of view, the gold medal for me is kind of done and dusted after today. You needed, I mean, the jeopardy felt like it happened very early on when scores from 3, that would have been even more costly. Of course, in the World Games, we have 3 counting scores from 4. That's what saved them today, because the 3 that followed all performed really. A big gap now in terms of Britain look like, and on our model, they're a 98% chance of taking this home and winning it. One asterisk I would put there is they, of course, have to get through tomorrow morning. The 3rd place medal. I think it is a big battle between the US and Ireland. I don't think there'll be even a rail between them across their 3 counting scores tomorrow. That's the one to watch for me. The Olympic qualifications are decided. I think the gold medal is decided. But who takes the final podium spot will be what I will be talking about, and I know a lot of people will be talking about both in Ireland and in the US.
That's where the jeopardy lies. A lot of people talking about the weather and the conditions in Aachen. Of course, every measure is taken to make sure those horses are kept in optimum condition as well as looked after. We're just looking at some shots there from behind the scenes of the horses cooling off there. They've got loads of the fans blowing misting onto the horses and lots of wash-off scenes. You can see actually some of the scenes with Team GB, it's every groom from Team GB is racing towards every horse, and you can see them cooling off these horses, all working together as an amazing team. But the conditions actually, we heard from our commentators, we had spots of rain going through there throughout the course of the day, so not as roasting as we thought it was going to be in terms of that. The time, we talk about that because we talk about conditions in the weather, how that's going to affect the ground. The time here was being chatted about as we were coming into today.
The ones that made it, Amy, I think, I mean, we started, I highlighted Sophia Hill for Australia last night with Humble Glory, and that was one of the early rounds, very early, making the time, but it didn't lead me into any sense of false security because they were one of the fastest horses in the competition. Melody Yoner, I would say, as well, with Aaron, that's a fabulous round for the Swiss. Will Coleman and Diabolo, they're the Kentucky winners. This is a real coming-of-age moment, if that makes sense for a Kentucky winner. They're still a very young, that's a young partnership. And Diabolo, I think, is one of the best show jumpers in the competition. I expect them to go into the top 5. You see Sophia Hill now. This is magic. And Australia, unlucky today from a team point of view. But Sophia Hill really contributed to a massive start, I would say, for the Aussies. They were in an unbelievable position. We were watching together when the Oliver Barrett mishap happens, and we both felt it so much. We'd been watching story. It was a real heartbreak moment. Sam Woods and Oliver Barrett being bookended by two amazing performances in Sophia Hill, one of the big climbers, and in Andrew Hoy, now in the top 10, and probably one of the most emotional moments of the day for me, watching Vasily de Lassos with Andrew's wife Steffi leaving the ground. If you ever get a chance to watch it after the cross country and they're walking away, Diabolo here on screen. Again, as I say, coming-of-age moment, I would say, for Will Coleman. And again, he's already won Kentucky. They're great jumpers. I expect them to swap places. I think they'll finish in the top 5. I don't think they'll get beyond it. Oh, Amy.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because sport, there was a particular one that really struck you.
And early. This is the key. As you're working through the narratives, you're thinking, okay, we are going to talk about Collett and Cantor and Young. It always Cantor and Young. It always happens. We're going to talk about Yulia Krajewski and Will Coleman. And I really wanted to ensure, and it's a really big focus for us all in terms of the stories of the sport, that we're talking about the growth of the sport. We've had Alex Watien from China earlier on the In-Out show, given their verdict there. But today, Conrad Samran for Thailand created his own little bit of Thai history in that it was the fastest round that we've seen. And when I say global championships, that's World Championships or Olympics. It's the fastest round that we've seen. I think it goes all the way back. We've had 6 riders at this level before, but Pongsuri Buluwang with Eliza Blue 22 years ago was the fastest round until today. We have a new fastest, and also they are now sitting ahead of, they're sitting ahead of riders like Austin O'Connor, Boyd Martin, alongside Tammy Smith. What a position they're in. They're about a score of 35. It's the best two-phase score we've ever seen from a Thai rider. It takes 10 marks. He held the previous record, which went back to Caen 2014, but takes 10 marks off it. For Conrad to be sitting there on 35, ahead of some of the biggest names in the sport.
And a wonderful round cross-country, highly rated too by our commentary team, who were just, jaws on the floor by just how that was ridden. So huge story there as well. But, I mean, we did say...
Because Great Britain on they've really not added much to their dressage. I think they've only added about 3 marks to their combined dressage score over those 3 riders. But look at that margin. That 14.8, it's going to be almost impossible to close down. If they all come through the horse inspection tomorrow morning, Great Britain take gold. Those horses are top jumpers. They won't have it down. But on the other side, it is unbelievable. There is nothing separating Michael and Roz. We'll talk about it in tonight's preview show. We'll get into it again. But it is going to be an unbelievable battle for the gold medal tomorrow.
Unbelievable indeed. We're going to take a little bit of a look at how Mickey's round went and hear from the man himself.
He's going to get there. Mikkel Young to go for the leads. and keep the lead in the World Championship. German Olympic champion does it again.
Yeah, I'm so proud. That was amazing. Fischer Chipmunk is an unbelievable horse. He has such a good stride. He's powerful. He has a lot of experience. I think he knows every jump. He did all the big competitions, the championships. He was very good listening today. He was super with me in a good balance. In the end, he was so good finishing for the time. I asked him to go more forward, and he did it. He is fighting, he's galloping, he's an incredible horse.
A super quick word on what's ahead tomorrow.
Big pressure, focus, and for sure, everyone needs to jump clear.
Mickey, the man himself, wow, that would bring the house. That horse would be incredible. Digging more into some analysis, we're going to get to the numbers now, the win chances for the individuals. Let's look at where we're putting our money as if we didn't already know.
I've been doing this job, Amy, for 10 years, and I have never seen this. The night before a world medal is given out, the night before any major championship, I have never seen it like this. Fischer Chipmunk is an excellent jumper, and Fischer Chipmunk is the one who will jump last, and Fischer Chipmunk is the one who has this in hand. But Lordship Scraflow does not knock rails. So I fully expect Lordship Scraflow will jump clear, and then what you will see is Fischer Chipmunk arrive last in the arena. Not dissimilar, Amy, to what's going to happen tonight when Isabel Wirth comes in last with Wendy, and they'll know exactly what they have to do. Michael Young will go last into the stadium tomorrow. It will be loud, it will be noisy, and I hate to say it, but Michael knocked the last fence at the last World Championship model. I think honestly, I've never seen it. It's one of those little nerd excitements where you think, the model has put them exactly identical. They can't split them. I think it'll be a fabulous finish. Don't miss that bit. And then, of course, Laura comes in a little bit behind.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, never before seen. 44% equal win chances going into that final day. Unbelievable. It's going to be absolute scenes. Let's talk about the teams then and their win chances, because, of course, there'll be a lot of very patriotic people in Aachen and around the world wanting to put their money down, and they'll know best.
Team GB have done their job. That's the most, that bit I'm comfortable with. I want to bring your attention over to the right-hand side to the medal chance. This is where the battle for me takes place. Every rail, keep an eye on the US, keep an eye on Ireland, but everywhere over there is where all of the action happens. We're watching Austin O'Connor now on screen. Will a couple of time penalties for Austin, one of the fastest horses in the sport, the Irish will be ruining that tonight. He went in when there was already 2 clear rounds on the board for Ireland. Could he have pushed and put himself into that position? I don't know, but there is so little between them, and you see it there in the win chances. The US are actually behind Ireland, but the US are a little bit ahead on the model. That's Cooley Nutcracker, Boyd Martin, very good jumper. Will Coleman, Diabolo, very good jumper. They're all qualified. I think we know who wins. Keep an eye on that last medal spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Qualification for the
20 plus marks of a buffer here, but they're almost certainly all there. And that's a huge moment for all these nations. I know personally from Ireland, the joy, the excitement that begins in the country. When I get home on Monday morning, there will be a headline to say Ireland are one of the Irish eventing team are one of the first teams qualified for LA 28. And you can apply that across Sweden, New Zealand, France. It's a huge thing for our sport. As you say, the US already there. Dickie talked about it. It allows some prep in 2027. They'll be very happy teams tonight.
Very, very happy teams indeed. Someone who's very, very happy. She's enjoyed her day at Aachen. It's been a long one. She's been front and centre for all of this cross-country action. Our delightful commentator and also our guest reporter throughout the course of the week, Nicole Brown. Nicole, tell me about how you're feeling at the end of this day and how the feeling in general is there tonight.
Do you know what? It's been a long day, but what is not to love about cross-country day at a World Championships
in Aachen. And it has been a real roller coaster of a day in terms of the scores as well. But the weather, let's start there first of all, because the last few days have been pretty hot. You mentioned a little bit earlier on, Amy, just how good the facilities are. They are second to none, but actually today has been the best day that we could have asked for in terms of cross country. And the sun came out actually as the last couple of horses came home through the finish. So we even had a little bit of rain, which caused a great deal of excitement throughout the showground because it has been pretty hot over the last few days. What else? The crowds. I mean, the crowds here are second to none. We could hear in Stadium 3 the vaulting was going on throughout the day, and it was kicking off in there. There was music, there was cheering, but as every single combination went out on course, you could hear them going round with the German crowds and crowds from all over the world supporting them, cheering, and there was no more special moment than when our overnight leader, Michael Young of Fisher Chipmunk FRH, came through the finish, because it was so emotional, but the cheers from everybody were absolutely incredible. And actually, I think there was this moment of appreciation of it. He's 18 years of age. We saw something really special, and Mickey had to work pretty hard for those last couple of minutes. He made it happen, he got the job done, and I think we're in for a real treat tomorrow. If we think the crowds have been good today, what are they going to be like in that stadium come tomorrow afternoon? What else has there been to look forward to from all of the action? Well, I think the first thing for me, Giuseppe Della Chiesa said 5 inside the time. We had 6. He was almost on the nose. And we had a great day of sport. You know, we had great pictures, we had great drama. And with that, I think we have done a brilliant job in showcasing eventing on the world stage. And that's something that's so important in today's world. And I don't think, if I'm totally honest, that today could have been any better. I certainly, for one, have loved having a front row seat to it. And as we look forward to tomorrow, and of course, the teams that could qualify, Dee was just talking about it there. Ireland, I mean, they waited 48 years to get a World Championship medal. They got one in Tryon 8 years ago. They could add another one just 8 years later. But Switzerland, it was 1960 in Rome that they won an Olympic medal. They've never won a World Championship one. They could do so. They're in a team spot overnight. They've just got to hold on. I was just chatting a few moments ago to Laura Delida Kirkemeyer, and she was saying that her instructions from her chef d'équipe, which is husband Kai Stefan Meyer, was very much team orders, go quickly with no risk. Make of that what you will. I think that's what Lara said as well. It was every long route, not sure. Anyway, she got the job done. But that has been a big flavour of this Aachen. Go quickly, no risk, get the Olympic qualification in the bag.
Lessons for life from equestrian sport. Go quickly, no risk. Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much, Nicole. So lovely to have you on board and lovely to hear from you. What a day it has been. In the sport of eventing, we're reluctant to tear ourselves away from it, but we have the absolute spectacle that is the vaulting. That has been going on all day as well, with the first of the results now. The first page to have a look at there, we can look at the women's or the female free test. And that's what the results were there. As we could see, the Germans, we expected those German women to come out very strong indeed. And they certainly did. 1, 2 and 3 there on the leaderboard. And Catherine Meyer, what an incredible day for her. Could be her last championships, could be her last competition, and a silver medal in her pocket. As right down to the medal position, the Netherlands narrowly behind, and Germany in the bronze medal spot. Very close, very dramatic. Things played out in that group for the Pas de Deux free test. This is the two obviously human athletes. Excuse me there. I was going to say equine athletes. Nope. These are humans. It's the French, the Italians, and the Austrians in gold, silver, and bronze in that competition. So fantastic results across the board and plenty more to come in the vaulting as well. So plenty more to enjoy throughout the course of the day tomorrow on your Sunday. That will be available from 9:30 a.m. on FEI TV and Clip My Horse TV. Now that's the pas de deux final, and at midday, FEI Vaulting World Championship, the official team competitions. So things still getting going there in the vaulting tomorrow. So plenty to come. Our reporter John Kyle has been keeping a close eye on things in the vaulting. Care of in a particular way, and John has been investigating how it all works.
Vaulting at the 2026 FEI World Championships looks a little bit different to the normal annual CHIO, because we are here inside the purpose-built Dressage Stadium, which has been transformed for the next week into the home of vaulting. And because vaulting's normally an indoor sport, one substantial addition was required: this enormous temporary roof covering the entire venue. But that transformation brings an advantage, because Aachen's normal competition hall joins the whole warm-up facility here, bringing a huge new addition and a World Championships level to a venue that's already a popular and decisive stop on the annual tour. So there's plenty of space for the vaulters to train and warm up, facilities for the horses, and then for the whole team to come together ready for competition. And that's particularly important in vaulting because there's huge gymnastic and exercise responsibilities on both the horse and the vaulter. So with vaulters, horses and lungers all coming together into that one cohesive competition unit, it's all going to play out here in a temporary home for the world's best vaulters over the course of these World Championships.
Yeah, it's a very specific thing and a design that is required for that particular discipline here at the World Championships, and wonderful to see just how diligently our teams at Aachen are working to provide this excellent service. Disciplines, it is second to none, Dee. We've been getting into the vaulting a little bit too. You know, I know you've been chatting to JK there and talking about what's unfolded today and over the course of what's been going on in vaulting. We have a big day tomorrow as well, plenty to come. It's all, you've done a graphic. I've seen it. There's a chart, ladies and gentlemen.
So when you come into World Championships and you get the opportunity, particularly at a place like Aachen where all the sports are happening together, these are the kind of wonderful moments. But yes, I did get a call from John Kyle. I expect he's going to be the one who talks about it in a little bit more detail. But one of the things that he's been talking about this week is the is the topsy-turvy nature of how we all arrived at these medals. You can see there in the diamond, kind of that third column, the championship standing after day 2. So we know that there's 3 different tests. We know we have compulsory, technical, and then freestyle at the end. But Alice and Katrin, you can see here, held their positions from day 2. Whereas look at that Annemie climb. You know, 3 German medals, but you can see there, climb from 5th, 6th after a 6th position in the technical, in 5th position on day 2, but that big climb comes into freestyle. That's where the medal came, and the other 2 German ladies held their position. Alice and Katrin, they held that position from day 2. You know, one of the things, and I think maybe it's even more, the visual kind of describes it even more from a male point of view, in that you'll see it now on screen. Quentin Jabé switches really with Sam de Santos from the Netherlands. So the French medal comes after day 2 championship standing. You see that 2nd position, 5th in the technical, had been leading after compulsory, but that switch really comes into freestyle where Sam and Quentin swap places. And of course then, you know, we also see there Bella Lehman holds on. So John will take over, he'll give you the detail on it, but I think one of the keys was you do see this movement across the tests. You do see the impact particularly there for that German bronze medal in terms of...
It is incredible to see just how dramatic that can be. We saw that today in the men's competition, of course. It came right down to the wire, and it was incredibly emotional at the end, which is the stuff I kind of love. That's where it hits me right in the feels. Let's take a look at those dying moments of the men's competition.
Santos wins the silver medal for the Netherlands, and Canton Javé completes his collection.
For me, it's mean the world. So I worked for this all my life. It's my dream since I don't know, 15 years maybe, and yeah. Now I got it, so I have to realize, and yeah, I'm really proud of my team and me to come here and do this competition. It was not an easy competition, but yeah, we made it. We made it today, and it means the world. Yeah. I won a lot of competition, and this one was the last. So being a world champion individual is wow, it's crazy.
Just lovely. I'm such an old lady. I'm just crying and blubbing away at everything. Let's quickly get down to John and to Joey, who are going to talk us through what's been going on in the vaulting and where things lie after an epic day.
Thanks so much. I called commentary back in 2010, is now the voice of FEI TV. Joey, if I could just start, because we just saw the emotion there in the men's, and that seems to be something that happens quite frequently because guys, girls, squads, they hang on for one more championship, and then when it all goes well, they go, this is the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been some journey for Canton and the men's. I mean, he wanted it so much. He nearly won 2 years ago. Thought he'd lost it actually in yesterday's technical programme, so it means everything. He has the double European medal, but this was missing from his collection, and the hard work that's gone into getting here is just absolutely incredible. So to get that reward is just wonderful.
For the last couple of cycles, we were talking this morning, so we used to have 2 freestyles, now we have 1, so it's a one and done 50%. So that's made it hugely dynamic in the way those rankings play out.
Yeah, absolutely. Things change a lot after the technical programme, but you just can't guarantee a medal, certainly not when the standings are so close coming into a 50% freestyle. It puts a lot on the athletes and the horses mentally as well. They really have to be solid with a really high difficulty in order to win that medal.
We've got a bit of breaking news as well. Some of this is news, some of it's not, but of course we finished with the squads. We had the individuals earlier on, but we finished with the squads. Köln-Dunwald for Germany, they won again. That's same old, isn't it?
It is, but you know what? It was absolutely incredible start to finish, and the squad format has changed too as well. It's now compulsories and freestyle. We don't have a second freestyle there either. Either way, they're so dominant. They have a very strong coach right now in Torben Jacobs, and they are going strength to strength. It was just a fantastic final.
Now, usually then you'd expect Switzerland in second. We know Switzerland have a new squad, so we were thinking, well, it might not be. But then it was France and Austria and Italy were playing a little bit of cross-border banter here because it was Austria who got the nod in the end, and you thought maybe
Freestyle, the Italians definitely had it, but they left too much behind, unfortunately, to catch up from the compulsory test. And it is a new squad for Switzerland, less experienced at the championship. The Austrians did very well to hang on in what was actually challenging conditions for them a little bit with their horse.
Just, as Nicole handed over to us, she said, we could hear the vaulting stadium down at cross country. Just put a little bit of context on, the crowds down there. I know the German vaulting fans are incredible. When I was last here, they sat in black, red and yellow panels around the arena. They all arranged it on a Facebook group.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot beat the German vaulting fans. I have to be honest. It was a packed crowd in there, and they reward excellence. They really do. They're behind Team Germany, that's for sure. But if you come in and you do a good job, they feel that with you. For those who actually missed out, you could feel every emotion from those spectators. It means everything to be there, and it really hypes up the atmosphere too.
It really does. We, of course, have one more day of vaulting, 2 more sets of medals. The pas de deux, that's easy to understand, and then that official nations competition. So it's best 8 teams come back, which is squads and 2 individuals.
That's right. So they will put together the freestyle score from the squads, the highest ones today, combined with their highest 2 individuals. From that ranking, we take the top 8 teams. They will go in reverse order of merit. The scores don't count, it's just for the starting order, and it's all on one final freestyle to find out which is the best and most dominant nation.
Do you know how many rounds of vaulting you will commentate this Games?
I hate to think.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said last night, Joey Littlejohn is doing an amazing job down there. She knows it all, of course, but she knows the story. She's bringing it through so well. If you haven't tuned into any vaulting, now is the moment. Check it out tomorrow. Freestyle's kind of all the way home now, and squads and pas de deux, which are really some of the best to watch as well. Back to you guys.
Yes, certainly absolutely beautiful stuff coming from the vaulting, and really it is certainly one of those things to enjoy. I think for a lot of equestrians, they pay attention to our 3 big ones, your dressage, your show jumping and your eventing. But vaulting for a lot of people, it'll be a cheeky one like curling or like skeleton that gets you at these, you know, the winter games and things like that. It'll lure you in and you'll forever be in its grasp. And well, you should be. So tomorrow, that of course, as John was saying there, this is the schedule then. This is what lies ahead in the vaulting. 9:30 a.m. the pas de deux final kicks off. And then of course at midday, we have that official team competition, as he was talking about there with Joey at 1 p.m. The team and individual jumping in the eventing D. A big afternoon of sport in the eventing, and plenty coming your way on FEI TV and of course Clip My Horse TV. The dressage is going on right now, and you can catch it all, of course, FEI TV, Clip My Horse TV, with a premium subscription. Get one of those. If you don't have one, you have the chance to win one, courtesy of our wonderful sponsor, Hövler. Just scan that QR code right now and get yourself that premium subscription as quickly as you can. Do not miss a moment of all this incredible sport as it continues to come your way. All that, and it's just week 1. There's a whole sort of...
I'm afraid to open my mouth because I know that if I start talking about Sunday, I might not stop talking. So I'm just going to sit here and smile and say, unbelievable finish tonight coming into freestyle, and an unbelievable afternoon tomorrow in terms of what we're going to see, individual and jumping.
Across the course of the week, we're going to love you and leave you. We'll see you on the next one. Till then, take care.
The best horse feed for the best athletes. German horse feed since 1905.
He's up and over, he's got goals! 13.
Against the clock, it really didn't matter. Mickey defended Kentucky.
No scriptwriter could have ever written a better story.